Okay, Danielle, I think you're up.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for coming out here on a Monday morning. Thank you for considering it not robbery of your time to be here. My name is Danielle Jones, and I am a councilman here for the Borough of Eatontown here in Monmouth County, New Jersey. I want to say thank you again for this wonderful opportunity to talk about manufacturing here in the state of New Jersey. And at this time, I would like to introduce a fellow Monmouth County resident and friend, Governor Phil Murphy, even though I'm a little annoyed that you didn't consider Monmouth County part of Central Jersey because it exists. But that's okay. Well, I know we're working on the bill, but we need to talk about that. But it is my honor and my privilege to welcome Governor Phil Murphy to the stage. Thank you.
That's not me. I count it. Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. I definitely count Monmouth County as part of Central Jersey. I'm not sure all the legislators do. But as Tim Sullivan said, we don't comment on pending legislation. So I'll leave it at that. Exactly. It is really good to be here. Danielle, all kidding aside, thank you for kicking us off this morning. Thanks to your colleagues from Eatontown, a proud Jersey and Monmouth County community. Great to be here on this Monday morning. It's a further treat to be here at Raw Generation, and I want to thank the entire team here for opening their doors and their operation to us today. I want to thank Bill and daughter Jess for giving me the quick rundown on the company and for hosting us so graciously this morning. I just want to say, I'm going to give you what's your website, Bill? That'd take you a long time to come up with that one. I could have guessed that one. Rawgeneration.com for all you folks watching out there. This is a true, unique Jersey success story that sells all over the United States, and it's direct to consumer. So you're going to have to go to that website and get your incredibly healthy juices from Raw Generation, rawgeneration.com. I'm also honored to be joined, in addition to Bill and Jess, to the Commissioner of the Department of Labor and Workforce Development and Rutgers fan Rob Angelo, New Jersey Economic Development Authority Chief Executive Officer Tim Sullivan. Is Kathleen here? Kathleen, I apologize. The EDA's Chief Economic Transformation Officer, Kathleen Coviello. Kathleen, great to have you with us. We have Senator Vin Gopal, who I was with yesterday, where he received a richly deserved acknowledgement from the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. Good to be with you, Vin. We have the Manufacturing Caucus co-chair to your right, Senator Linda Greenstein. Linda, great to be with you as well. Assemblywoman Marilyn Paperno is with us. Marilyn, great to be with you. We're in your backyard. And we have, to my far left, a guy who I've got a long-standing now relationship with, largely on email, the CEO of the New Jersey Manufacturing Extension Program, John Kennedy. John, great to be with you. And Aaron Fitchner is with us. I want to give Aaron a shout out, who's in the back, who is representing the Consortium of Community Colleges. So today and together, all of us, we are proud to raise the curtain on the brand new New Jersey Manufacturing Voucher Program, or NJMVP, a $20 million investment through the state budget aimed at growing and supporting New Jersey's manufacturers and creating good-paying jobs along the way. NJMVP will provide manufacturers in targeted industries, including, importantly, companies in the food and beverage sector, like Raw Generation. It will provide them grants geared to cover up to 50% of the costs of purchasing new equipment or technology that will make their production operations more efficient and productive, and at the end of the day, more profitable. We're talking grants that will range from a minimum, I think, Tim, of $7,500 to a maximum of $250,000, depending on the cost of the equipment and installation. And manufacturers Wait, there's more. Manufacturers that are certified woman, minority, and veteran-owned businesses, including, again, a company like Raw Generation, and that are located furthermore in an opportunity zone or that are purchasing equipment made by another New Jersey manufacturer will be eligible for bonuses on top of that. For small or mid-sized manufacturers, NJMVP can truly be a business MVP. Now, allow me, if I may, to back up just for a moment. I first put forward our administration's economic vision actually 4 years and 2 weeks ago on October 1st, 2018. I made it clear that one of the key economic sectors we would put a special focus on is manufacturing. And it's not surprising, from Patterson's textile mills to Campbell's Soup and RCA in Camden to the former automotive plants in central Jersey and in countless other places in between. Manufacturing has always been part of New Jersey's economic DNA. I'm reminded of this every time I go to my office as I pass a bridge, and I will do that shortly after this event, every day with the words, "Trenton makes, the world takes." And NJMVP is just one part of, it's the biggest part, but it's one part of a more than $35 million investment our state budget is making in both growing our manufacturing sector and building the workforce these businesses need. And to the second part, and as Commissioner Acero Angelo can attest, few have been more instrumental in helping our team focus on workforce training like the Manufacturing Extension Program and our community colleges. Again, I want to give a shout out to both John and Aaron. We're making these investments because, quite simply, there is absolutely nothing that should be holding New Jersey back from once again being a manufacturing powerhouse. New Jersey became a manufacturing powerhouse in the first place because we have a second-to-none location, a second-to-none workforce, and a second-to-none transportation infrastructure, all tailor-made for getting goods to the market. These are advantages that we must lean into again. So let this sink in, if I may. Within a 100-mile radius of Eatontown, Raw Generation has direct access to more than 30 million customers. And Bill, I believe you said you got about a quarter of your business in Jersey, but Metro New York is a big chunk of that. And then if you look out even farther, if you go out to a 250-mile radius, that number of consumers hits 60 million. There's a whole lot of potential customers out there, a lot of juice to be made. And on top of that, there are countless thousands more businesses who will want products manufactured in New Jersey for their own operations as well. And now we have NJMVP to help Garden State manufacturers get the equipment they will need to make the products these customers want, or that other businesses that serve them may need, and which will secure at the same time their own future growth and success. I'm incredibly proud of all of our administration and what they're doing in terms of repositioning our entire state economy for long-term success. There is a reason why my schedule, I think I would say for my colleagues, our schedules have been filling up recently with stops at groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings. There is something special about New Jersey. We're building an exciting business culture, and with great companies like Raw Generation leading the way, we're going to keep making it in New Jersey. With all that being said, again, thank you so much for having us, Bill and Jess and your colleagues this morning. Please help me welcome the Chief Executive Officer of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Tim Sullivan.
Thank you, Governor. It's an honor to be here this morning. Thank you, Governor, for the kind words, and most importantly, thanks for the money in the budget to do this program.
The words.
Yeah, the words are great. The money's really important. And to the senators and to the Assemblywoman, thank you for. It's an honor to be with you, and for your support for the funding as well. Commissioner, always good to be with you, buddy. I'm glad the Phillies are doing better than the Mets these days. I suppose that's good for you, not for me, but you know, okay. But still good to be. At least the Mets made the playoffs, Governor. Wasn't planning to do stand-up night here at Raw Generation, but anyway, so we're really excited to be here talking about the manufacturing voucher program. because I think it's a really important demonstration of a number of things. One, the governor and I and Rob and others have had the chance, mostly on visits convened by John Kennedy and MEP, to visit countless manufacturers these last 5 years. And I think one of the things you can't help but be struck, including this morning, is with the dynamism, the energy, the innovation of New Jersey's manufacturers. And manufacturing is one of the unsung heroes of the New Jersey economy. Certainly during the pandemic, fighting the war on the front lines, obviously first and foremost a public health crisis, but keeping the country and the state supplied, keeping folks at work, keeping folks employed. The manufacturing sector is second to none here in New Jersey and across the country. And in some ways, it's an industry that has flies under the radar and a little bit hides in plain sight because it's part of so many industries. So it's part of the food and beverage industry. It's part of the pharmaceutical industry, aerospace and defense, a lot of the industries that get so much airtime. But the backbone of those industries is manufacturing. And so it's great to be able to have a program and a tool in the toolkit because as we travel around, meeting those companies, there's a lot of times that folks have said, well, what can you do to help us? What are you doing to help the home team? What are you doing to help us just grow a little bit, make it a little easier for us to grow and expand and keep who we've got? We don't need, it's a lot of money, but it's not as much as some of, bigger projects that, and bigger programs. Just need a little bit of help, a little bit of a booster rocket to help us, stay and grow and thrive. And it's really great to have now a tool in the toolkit, this manufacturing voucher program that will launch later this year, start taking applications for it later this year. To have that tool in the toolkit. I want to give a shout out to my colleagues from the EDA who are here. Kathleen, you already heard about, Paul Seppi, Matt Abraham, Ivan Mendez, a bunch of folks back at the office getting ready to launch this program, and I want to thank them for their work to get this up and running so fast. The other thing I just want to mention, the governor mentioned the economic development plan from October of 2018. I think one of the things that plan screams and was a very clear directive to all of us in the cabinet, was we had to be more targeted, but also comprehensive and deeper in how we think about economic development. It's can't just be, a one-size-fits-all strategy and focus just on large companies and focus just on, getting folks to move to New Jersey and stay here. That's important, but it's got to be more. It's got to be broader. It's got to be deeper. And so if you look at the toolkit that at least at the EDA and in great partnership with folks like Labor and DEP and Treasury and BPU and lots of other agencies across the administration, the tools in the toolkit that we've developed to support really important parts of the economy, whether that's small businesses. We've got a robust suite of grants and loans and technical assistance, clean energy, things like the New Jersey ZIP program and electric vehicle manufacturing, in things like economic security, childcare, and food security, and thinking about the economy comprehensively, to really important strategic sector innovations, things like film and television, offshore wind, and now today with this program, manufacturing, which is an incredibly important part of our economy and a really important part of a comprehensive strategy to grow the economy from the middle out and support good union, family-sustaining jobs wherever we can, because manufacturing is a great career path. And the work that Rob and his team do, and Jonathan and the team at the MEP support getting young people into careers in manufacturing, into careers that can sustain families and support a middle class or better lifestyle, deeply important, and that's why we're so proud to be standing up and supporting the governor and having the backs of manufacturers. That's what this program is testimony to. So we're really excited about it. We're thrilled to be here. Appreciate the chance to say a few words, and looking forward to future success here. Thanks a lot.
Okay. So I just want to clarify, the application process up and running by the end of the year. NJEDA.com, Kathleen, got that right? So again, a fairly unique website. We are also, it must be said that we're gathering at a time where things are still really strong in New Jersey, but I fear what's around the corner in terms of the economy. Inflation is rampant. Interest rates have gone up and will continue to go up. So I think, I'll defer to Bill and Jess, but I think every little bit will help here in a challenging environment, which is the one that I suspect Europe is already in recession. My gut is that we're going to be in some form of that sooner than later, and every little bit here will help. So Tim, thanks to you and Kathleen and the rest of the team for everything you all do. This doesn't happen. It takes a village. It doesn't happen without great legislative leaders, and I want to acknowledge and bring up a couple of them. Please, again, I mentioned that she's the co-chair of the Manufacturing Caucus in the Senator. Please help me welcome Senator Linda Greenstein. I could use the sound effect, by the way. I need it.
Thank you very much, Governor, for gathering us here today. I want to thank Tim Sullivan. When he first called me to talk to me about this new project, his excitement was contagious, and I'm excited about it too. I think it's really going to help. Rob Angelo, thank you. And I always want to thank my good friend John Kennedy. I've worked with him for the last several years. I've learned a lot from him, and I know he'll continue to be part of everything that goes on here. New Jersey's manufacturing sector is a high-wage, innovative industry that actively drives long-term sustainable growth for the state. The New Jersey Manufacturing Voucher Program will give our state-based manufacturers access to a full new range of equipment and resources previously unavailable to them. In a highly competitive market that is fueled by technology advancements, New Jersey manufacturers are presented with a bold new opportunity to incorporate new technologies in their processes or products, positioning them for future successes. I see better without my glasses. I'm taking them off. While New Jersey already has dozens of programs and initiatives aimed at helping businesses in this industry succeed, these programs become more effective when businesses have access to more resources and technologies. With the New Jersey Manufacturing Voucher Program in place, this sector is perfectly poised to continue expanding and creating jobs for New Jerseyans. Programs like these that specifically support our New Jersey-based manufacturers, who also not only invest in them, but in our workforce and economy. This industry produces more than $54 billion for New Jersey in 2021, making up nearly 10% of the state's GDP for the year. I look forward to seeing our New Jersey-based manufacturers take advantage of the grants available through this program and continue to push forward and innovate. I want to thank our host, Raw Generation, for your support and work here in the state and throughout other states as well. I also want to thank Governor Murphy for his continued commitment to strengthening New Jersey's manufacturing sector. As co-chair of New Jersey's Legislative Manufacturing Caucus, I'm proud to say that today's announcement is also a reflection of our continuing work and collaboration with this community. I look forward to being a part of more great announcements like this one in the future. Thank you very much.
Linda, amen to all of that. And I see better without my glasses as well here. Deep appreciation for your leadership. Please help me welcome another guy, a colleague, a legislator, a colleague of Linda's. We're in the 11th. Please help me welcome another great leader, Senator Vin Gopal.
Thank you, Governor. It's really special to be here here in Eatontown, and I want to thank the governor. This was a really important piece of the budget. We always hear about families who want to leave New Jersey. It's funny that they wait till after their kids go through the school system and everything else, and then they want to go. They don't want to raise their kids in Florida or the Carolinas, but this is a big piece, and we see the manufacturing. I had the pleasure prior to Senator Greenstein of serving as chair of the Manufacturing Caucus for 2 years, where I worked with John, and there couldn't be a better advocate, although when you said he was on your far left, I don't know if he loved that, but no, he's fine. This is really a remarkable story to be here. Just the background, I asked the family if it was okay. John's late mom, Evelyn, had pancreatic cancer, Bill's late mom had pancreatic cancer, and that is what started with you and Jessica in 2012, and you guys created these products to basically help your mom. That's really incredible. that's how that founded and that's how that started. And now you've built an empire that employs countless people and have a great product. And that is really what New Jersey is all about. So thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Raw Generation for what they've done. And to the Borough of Eatontown for hosting us today, and the incredible work the Manufacturing Caucus does. They really work really hard. But this budget specifically, and I saw Dave Stout here, the president of Brookdale Community College, Central Jersey's best college president, who is doing incredible work in manufacturing, and through the governor's budget, $550,000 more money than any other community college went to Brookdale for mental health funding this year. So we're proud of this budget. It's really done an incredible job, but it's going to help so many manufacturers across the state. So thank you, Governor, for your leadership today and on this issue especially. Thank you.
Bill, great to see you, and great leadership at Brookdale. As Vin has pointed out, my political opponents would agree there's no one to my far left. Just want to make sure you're paying attention out there. But Vin, great point. And Bill, it was your mom, and it is a statement, I think, as well today about natural products. And the reason why you are direct-to-consumer business is because if you went through supermarkets, if I got this right, you'd have to pasteurize the product, and you don't want to do that. That takes away from some of the oomph and the rationale that you and Jess view as your central mission here. So it's an important point. Again, we got the website, rawgeneration.com. Last but not least, he's been mentioned several times. He's a good friend. He's a terrific leader and voice on behalf and advocate on behalf of manufacturing in the state. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the New Jersey Manufacturing Extension Program. Please help me welcome John Kennedy.
Everybody always remembers the dumb engineer that doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. So when you talk about this industry, meaning manufacturing and engineering, it's where I've spent most of my life. You know, my adult life, most of my life, period. And what I found from it, this means everything to me, because being able to design and make product like what we're here at, you know, Raw Generation, but you see over 10,000 companies in New Jersey that make stuff. It's just amazing to me, you know, what comes out of our little tiny state, and we are small compared to that. So it was exciting when the governor invited me, you know, to be part of this and to work with Tim and some others, Kathleen, you know, to help try to develop something, because in my 40 plus years I've never seen this happen. I'm serious. I've never seen an investment of over $35 million in an industry that is so crucial and critical. And I think we found out a little bit more because we stink at marketing ourselves. We do. Engineers, manufacturers, we don't market ourselves well. So it took something like the pandemic, and it took something like these supply chain issues to have us actually come to the forefront. And damn it, we did. A lot of companies like Bill's and Jess's, but so many others that stood tall and were able to help us through this. And it wasn't easy, but we did it. And I'm glad, Governor, that you and your team recognized a lot of what was going on. You supported us through all this. You put up with my 4 a.m. emails, and he actually would respond about that time. So I wonder about him now. I thought I was the only idiot. But it's very much an important phase of what we do. So this investment will help companies spend money to expand their capability, their automation, their Industry 4.0, their need for higher end skills. And that's where a lot of things, Rob, your programs come into play. Aaron, you know, pathways. All of these things are so critical to what we do, because right now there's about 40,000 open jobs in manufacturing in New Jersey. And some are engineers, but not all of them. So I am glad that my state, my favorite state, my only state, really got together and tried to figure this out. And it's taken us 4 or 5 years from our first conversations, Rob, but we've made tremendous gains. And I'll leave you with 4 words: made in New Jersey.
Thank you, John. Rob, what's our unemployment rate right now? 3.9. So it's a crazy employment market, because what John said is absolutely right. You've got tens of thousands of open jobs, yet you've got unemployment levels at or near all-time lows. Our all-time low, which we achieved before the pandemic, had a 3 handle on it, so we're in the same neighborhood. These are kind of a tale of 2 cities times right now in our economy. So as they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. Bill and Jess, thank you and your team so much for hosting us so graciously. RawGeneration.com, shameless commercial. Go out there and buy some juice and keep your health good. And again, it's an honor to be with you today. To the senators, to the assemblywoman, to the commissioner, the CEO, to John, councilwoman, councilman, Aaron, and Mr. President, Kathleen, and your colleagues at EDA. To each and every one of you. Again, njeda.com. This will be ready for prime time by the end of the year. And this is, we believe, a game changer for small businesses in New Jersey. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.